Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video. Obviously this is part 2 of my ideas for Juventus, or my ideas, dreams and plans and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you check out part 1 if you haven't already done so. And if you have, I hope you enjoyed it, and I appreciate your views and likes and shares and all that good stuff, and just general support. And again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please let me know any of your thoughts or any ideas or suggestions or anything else you want to contribute in the comment section. Yeah, hopefully I won't have any cringe-worthy moments, as I always hope. But anyway, so here goes. So as I say, this is continuing on from part 1. So as I mentioned, I'd love to see like Messi, Ronaldo, and so many great players like the old Real Madrid Galacticos playing at Juventus as a fan of Italian football. So as someone who's quite an idealistic person and loves to see things in a certain way, or things being just so, or that sort of thing, or someone who has a lot of dreams, I would love to see that sort of thing, like Messi and Ronaldo and Mbappe and Kante play for an Italian team like Juventus. Anyway, so here goes. So number 11, I would love to see a multi-company ownership of Juventus. So like different companies having different share in Juventus. Maybe like Juventus is owned by Fiat at the moment, but I'd love to see, as far as I'm aware, it's owned by Fiat. So I'd love to see different companies like the PIF, Public Investment Fund, and companies like that coming together to invest, or investors like that investing in Italian football and in Juventus in this case. And also, like, I know Saudi Arabia and Qatar don't get on well, but I'd love to see them perhaps, or different Arabic groups or companies being more united and being encouraged to be united and investing together in Italian football, and different investors like, people like Cascade Investment, even organizations like Cascade Investment, which I think is Bill Gates' investment company, or Berkshire Hathaway, or both, and so many different companies like that investing in Juventus and possibly different Italian teams. But in this case, I'm focused on Juventus. But yeah, I'd love to see what rules. To be honest, I've never set up my own business or know the rules about the investment, but I think it'd be great if the Italian government, politicians in Italy, work together to say what to encourage investment, offering tax incentives and other financial incentives, and allowing for like as much as possible, like for different companies to invest. And as I mentioned in part 1, I'd love to see Italian teams and possibly even Spanish teams being able to overcome or bypass financial fair play, because by given that permission, because of the fact that they were hit so badly by COVID. They were the first European country to get hit by COVID. So again, I'm a bit biased, but anyway, so I'd love to see multi-party companies come together so they can afford all these players and their wages and all that kind of thing. And also like see my favorite figure, like 10% of the money being invested into youth academies, 10% on players, and then whatever other costs are involved in the running of a football club, and also like giving to charity as well. So the remaining 60 or so % could be for wages for investors to get back their investment. Of course, they would want to get back investment. Number 12, I know I've mentioned this before, but maybe it's a naive idea of mine, but I wonder if by helping Juventus to go to, like, by Googling Juventus quite a lot, or by checking out videos like this, or YouTube videos about Juventus or whatever, I wonder if it could help Juventus to go trending, go viral. So that could help the branding or marketing value. So like the more it gets mentioned, the more it goes viral, the more people see that it's got a good brand and so many people support it and are checking it out. So maybe that could help with the branding and marketing value. Again, that would encourage investments and sponsors and people like that to pump money into Juventus. So again, hopefully it can be competitive with like teams like Man City or Chelsea, or basically English or other such teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid in Spain as well, and that kind of thing. So again, hopefully helping Italian teams to be more marketable, which I hope will help. Number 13, again, I know this is a bit of a bias because Italian football is not the most ethical, and Juventus, I know, was involved in the Calciopoli scandal. So I think that was a negative thing, but hopefully that can be something of the past. So hopefully in the future, Juventus, as I mentioned in part 1, would be actually working against corruption. I think that would be quite against match fixing, corruption generally, and that kind of thing. I think that would be quite an interesting thing. Number 14, on that note, I would love to see Juventus working to solve problems around the world again, things like match fixing or general corruption or crime or things like that, and getting people out of crime by getting young people in Turin or other places into football. Again, having football academies and fundraising for football academies as well as sports clubs all around the world. Number 15, again, I think there should be a balance between buying new players and also investing in youth training development and that kind of thing, rather than just so a bit of both, like basically having also like players like Messi and Ronaldo, but also younger players, and those older players can train younger players as well in the future. So that will be one eye on the present and one eye on the future as well. So hopefully investing in young players again and training, mentoring, coaching, and things like that. So players like Buffon, Chiellini, and Bonucci could train the youth as well, so they mentor and try and pass on any skills or knowledge they have from their experience. They've also won major trophies, like Buffon's won the World Cup, Chiellini and Bonucci's won the Euros, so they can have that experience as well as at club level to train the youth, including hopefully that will help the Italian national team as well. And because they're Italian, they could also train people from Italy generally as well. Number 16. Again, I'd love to see as much investment into youth infrastructure and training. And I was thinking, like, wouldn't it be interesting if Juventus had so many Italian players which could benefit the national team because they're used to playing together. So, like, if they managed to buy even players like Spinazzola to play alongside Bonucci and Chiellini and young Italian defenders as well. So those players play together both for the national team and for the for Juventus as well, so for their club team and the national team. So when they're used to playing together so often, so that synergy, if you like, will go even further. So they'll get even more used to playing together, and maybe even buy Donnarumma in goal, and maybe have other young Italian goalkeepers as well. Obviously, Donnarumma is quite young anyway, but he's also won trophies. But there could be even younger goalkeepers to play, and maybe, like, especially in friendlies, to play younger players, which I think would be really good. 17, again, like, I think it'd be so cool if all these imaginations were somehow put into reality, like through sharing the ideas, maybe helping the brand value, and you never know, maybe dreams can come true. And again, I think it'd be great to see Juventus play younger players in friendlies and not so important games, and even more important games, maybe, like, especially at least bring them on as subs, like if Juventus are really doing well, or even if the game's gone beyond us so we can't come back into the game, that could be something that they get match time, so they get to practice and that sort of thing. And number 18, again, hopefully Juventus will work on morals and values, like teaching young children about morals and values through football, like how getting them out of crime, getting them out of trouble, obviously generally, and that sort of thing, and improving their diets and their contribution to society, and like footballers being great role models, becoming great role models at least, and that kind of thing. And number 19, again, I think it will be a difficult balance, but hopefully they'll have a balance for ASAP, and maybe even 2 or 3 in the future, or as many as possible, basically. But yeah, I'd love to see Juventus winning more in Europe and internationally, and that sort of thing. And number 20, again, I hope there'll be some ways where Juventus will work on how to ensure that young players will get, young players will get an opportunity, because I think that buying so many great overseas players will make it a bit challenging to develop young players. But I hope they will play at least 3 under 21 or even under 20 players in every possible senior game, especially in friendlies, maybe even a lot of young players, the youngest possible team they can get. So again, they get more practice, and obviously the younger they are in football terms, because footballers don't normally last that long. Their careers don't last that long before, because it's such a physical sport, puts a toll on your body. So most players retire by 34 or whatever. So I think it's important. I'm sure it will benefit Italian football in the long run if you play younger players and give them more opportunities to practice, and then, like, as they get older, when they get to about 30 or older than 30, they should be possibly have less of a role, like more they come on as subs, or they're used for only part of the game, like half the game or even less, so that it gives more younger players a chance to practice. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, as I say, and I'm out. Peace and love.